What is up, everyone? So today I'll be playing some Mono Fire, which in my opinion was not necessarily one of the most nerfed types this generation, but one of the most left behind types this generation. I think it's honestly pretty bad. I don't necessarily think it's the worst type in the game, but I do think it's a contender for bottom three. That might be a bit of a controversial opinion. I think some people really like Fire, and it is a cool type. I just think it got so left behind currently in the meta with how powerful Water is, Dragon is. Sun got a nerf in the idea that it now activates photosynthesis, so you're already difficult like Water, Dragon, Ground matchups like Great Tusk and Walking Wake it even harder for really no apparent reason or no reason that you wanted to get harder, just to use what should benefit you more. As well as that, I actually think that Bug has a much better time against Fire this generation, and Bug is, I'd argue, contender for top three types in the game, maybe definitely top five, maybe not top three. And things like Cleaver being a super offensive threat, as well as doing lasting damage by forcing rocks on the field. Fire just really, really hates that. So, either way, today I hope to get some good games and show off that Fire is not necessarily an unviable type. I just think it's probably a contender for one of the worst ones, but hopefully we get some good games. I have a fun team to show off today. Maybe not the best team in the world, but I think I went for a fun kind of Fire team more so than the best. So with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. So first up, we have Choice Band v.II. There's not too much to explain here. v.II is very strong at the best of times. It is a mythical, so it has 100 space stats across the board, meaning it has decent enough speed. Its attack is like pretty good. 299 doesn't look amazing on paper with Choice Band. It puts it up there with some pretty powerful attackers. But what really sets this thing apart is its access to V-Create, which is 180 base power stab, which is just so powerful. And in the sun, which we get from Charizard, this thing hits like an absolute truck. If you get hit by a banded V-Create in the sun, unless you're immune or maybe 4 times resist, you're probably dead. This thing just is so strong. As well as that, it gets nice coverage with Ball Strike. Ball Strike is also base 130, and both of these things have like shaky accuracy at best, but thanks to Victory Star, it actually increases its accuracy by 1.1, so it's basically like scope lens, or is it like a wide lens? I think it's scope lens it's called. So this will actually be like 93.5 accuracy, and this will be 104 accuracy, and Zen Headbutt will be like 99% accuracy, so it's pretty nice. We have U-Turn there to grab momentum. It's quite good because a lot of the time people don't want to stay on a v.II in case it's banded. It could be Scarf, it could be Z Celebrate. People aren't sure, so often they scout for what v.II can be. You can click U-Turn here, grab your momentum, and oftentimes get a KO too, because this is choice banded, so it's pretty strong. And finally we have Zen Headbutt, which is decent stab. It's only base 80 compared to V-Create's ridiculous base 180, but it can be quite nice to flinch or hit things like Toxapex or poison types, which can give the team a lot of trouble, and it is 99% accuracy. Generally speaking, it won't necessarily miss. It can miss. There's a 1% chance of missing, but it's generally pretty good accuracy. V-Create also has the downside of lowering defense, special defense, and speed, so it's not ultimately that spammable. Once you click it, you're probably going to get revenge KO'd afterwards, so Zen Headbutt's a little bit more spammable in that regard. Next up we have Cerulege, and I really enjoy the Cerulege set. It is max attack, max speed with an adamant nature, so base 125 attack is very respectable, 383 attack is strong, 269 speed is like mediocre at best. However, it can be made a lot better thanks to its ability Weak Armor, so when you take a physical attack, it lowers its defense a stage and increases my speed 2 stages. Quite honestly, we don't care about the defense lowering. It doesn't make a big difference, but that's why we have weakness policy and endure. So what we want to do here is endure, preferably something like an earthquake. It increases my speed 2 stages thanks to weak armor, and my attack 2 stages thanks to weakness policy. So this thing is a really good revenge KO Pokemon, or just a really good momentum setter when you can kind of condition your opponent into hitting you with a physical super effective attack. We also have Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade is very good for a reliable stab, but it also increases my recover HP by 50%, which is quite good. Now, honestly, this thing won't be taking much hits on the physical side, especially after a weak armor, but its special defense is not bad. So if you Bitter Blade back to full HP, chances are good you can probably eat a special attack or two, even if you would have been 1 HP thanks to Endure, Weakness Policy, Weak Armor. Next up we have Shadow Sneak, which is good, reliable priority on the team, because we don't have any priority on the team, so if we're outsped by faster Pokemon, that is quite bad. Shadow Sneak is also nice because it's Ghost type and it gets the stab boost. Ghost type in here is pretty good as well because it does make you immune to extreme speed on things like Dragonite, so you can actually out-prioritize it with Shadow Sneak. Finally, we have Close Combat. Close Combat is good for rock types, for normal types, and to some extent steel types like Heatran, which would of course otherwise wall out my Bitter Blade, or Hisui and Gudra, which normally can eat plenty of fire attacks because it's quite bulky and it's Parch Dragon typing. Next up we have Charizard Y, not too much to say here about Charizard Y, pretty standard one. We have Solar Power before you Mega Evolve. Now this can go Blaze if you want. There is an argument to be made for why Blaze is better, because if you swap in against like an opposing fire type or opposing sun setting team, you will take 1/8 HP, which is not great, but it also gives you that extra bit of oomph if you don't want to Mega Evolve and maybe want to Mega Evolve afterwards to override Sun. We have Roost as well for longevity. Now, this thing doesn't have a lot of bulk to it, but we can Roost off on something that maybe wants to sub in front of you, or something that's trying to stall you out or toxic you. Roosting up to get your Sun later on in the game can be quite nice, especially if you are unable to remove rocks in this particular game. Flamethrower is nice, reliable stab. You can run Weather Ball too. Personally, I like Flamethrower because there are some things like snow teams which are going to override your Sun with snow, and then you might not be able to OHKO them. Now, of course, Ice is an easy matchup. However, there are times where you want to hit like a Ninetales super effectively instead of like Weather Ball Ice type, which is obviously going to let them get Veil for free. Next up we have Solar Beam. Solar Beam is very important for mostly water types in the tier. Rock and ground don't appreciate getting hit by Solar Beam either, but it's harder to get a Solar Beam up against them, I'd argue, thanks to their sand. Now of course water will be wanting to get up their rain as well, but oftentimes Zard can swap into a water attack thanks to its sun weakening water attacks. Finally we have Scorching Sands. Now you can easily replace this with Air Slash if you want that other stab. It can hit things like Mega Venusaur quite reliably, or Poison types quite reliably, but Scorching Sands is nice because there is a 30% chance to spread a burn. It also hits Heatran for 4 times effective damage, which is very good because Heatran is, needless to say, quite annoying for the team. Next up we have Volcarona, and this is pretty much the exact same Volcarona I believe I used on my bug team. You're going to be max special attack with max speed, modest nature, and this lets this thing be a very, very reliable late game sweeper. After a few quiver dances, this thing is just unwallable. Its part bug typing also makes me neutral to ground, which is quite nice because the only other ground option we actually have on the team is Zard and to an extent Ceruledge. But yeah, this ground neutrality can be quite nice. So after a few quiver dances, Volcarona becomes an insanely threatening force, with Fiery Dance just being reliable stab, boosted by Sun, 50% chance to increase my special attack, just really, really good against anything that's not immune. We have Giga Drain, much like Solar Beam and Charizard. It's for rock, ground, and water types. However, it is a little bit weaker. You don't have to rely on Sunbeam up, and it does drain HP. So after a couple of quiver dances, you have nice longevity option in Giga Drain, which can be quite good. Finally, we have Hidden Power Ground for mainly Heatran and the other kind of steel types who might be able to wall you out your Fiery Dances. However, if you want, you can also run like Bug Buzz here if you want just kind of reliable spammable stab. You can run Hidden Power Ice if you are worried about the Dragon matchup, which is a very tough matchup. And of course, you can run Psychic if you're worried about things like Toxapex or to some extent other poison types that wouldn't be affected by Hidden Power Ground. So kind of up to you, play around with what you like about it. I kind of like the idea of Hidden Power Ice because a lot of the time dragons swap in on this, like Dragonite will swap in and probably die to a +1 Quiver Dance Hidden Power Ice after you break their multiscale. Next up we have Iron Moth. Iron Moth is going to be my Choice Scarf user. I originally used Blacephalon, but I feel it was very, very weak to priority like Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak, all that kind of stuff, and that speed tier was just slightly worse than Iron Moth. Also, it has the added bonus that nobody expects Choice Scarf Iron Moth. It's quite fun. Against the electric matchup, which can be otherwise kind of difficult, Quark Drive is nice because it makes this thing even faster. It will outspeed Regieleki, which is important because that is a key speed tier, which could otherwise kind of just absolutely demolish my entire team. So outspeeding Regieleki is quite good. We also have Fiery Dance, a nice reliable spammable stab move. You can run Flamethrower too if you really want. Personally, I think Fiery Dance is much better. It has a 50% chance to increase your special attack, which is not the most reliable. Typically, you don't want to rely too much on RNG. However, unlike Blacephalon, if it doesn't secure the KO on swap out, Blacephalon won't get a beast boost, but Iron Moth still has a 50% chance to boost. So you could swap into against this. Maybe they take 46% damage, for example. You get the Fiery Dance boost. The next one will guarantee you secure the KO, which is very, very good. And this thing can become an insane momentum tool. Again, Energy Ball here for, you're probably sick of hearing me say this, water, grass, ground types. Very tough matchups for this team, you kind of need it. Psychic is there mainly for Pex and some other poison types in the tier. Fighting as well, like Komodo can be quite difficult, and actually Scarf Psychic can tear through a lot of fighting teams, which is quite good. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the most difficult matchup, but it can struggle a bit with it. And finally we have Discharge there for flying and water types, and mostly flying water types like Pelipper. Sometimes Pelipper won't expect a discharge, they maybe expect like Sludge Wave or something that they can just about live if they're HP invested or special defense invested, and suddenly Discharge takes care of the Rain Setter and it really opens up your team a lot. Speaking of rain setters and anti-rain tech, we have Volcanion. Thanks to Water Absorb, it is completely immune to water attacks outside of Mold Breaker, which is very, very nice because otherwise this team kind of goes down easily to water types. We have Sun here on Charizard, but not the most reliable overall. It is also our defogger on the team. As you can see, unfortunately, we don't have rocks, so you can run like Torkoal instead of this and run maybe Zard X here if you want to go down that route too. Definitely experiment with that. I like Defog heavy duty boots because Volcanion is surprisingly bulky with only base 80 HP, which isn't amazing, but base 120 and 90 defense, special defense respectively, is quite good. So it's quite bulky. It lives a surprising amount of hits, of super effective hits you think it probably wouldn't live. Chances are it actually might live it. And it has a very nice 130 base special attack. With Modest Nature, this thing hits back super hard as well. So we have Steam Eruption to try and spread burn. It's like a super scald. It's not quite as accurate as Scald, but I would trade that 5% accuracy for a lot more power. You do have to be aware that this is weakened by your own sun, so there's a small bit of like anti-synergy here on the team, which is another reason I think Fire is not amazing. But with Synergy we have Flamethrower, again a nice reliable spammable move. If you want to run Fire Blast because you want that extra oomph, do so. Like this team is already not the most reliable in the first place, so if you wanted a bit more unreliability for a bit more power, that kind of goes hand in hand with Fire's playstyle. And finally we have Earth Power mainly again for Heatran, a very annoying Pokemon. Also is pretty good for things like Hisui and Goodra because those can actually make the Steel matchup kind of difficult. So that is going to be it for today for the team. We're going to jump into some games now, but before we do, I want to ask you, what is your favorite fire type introduced in Generation 9? For me personally, it's no competition, it's Ceruledge. I think this thing's design is so sick. I really, really like the Pokemon. I used it in my main game playthrough. I thought it was really excellent and a really fun Pokemon to use in competitive. It also reminds me so much of a Gotchaborg. I don't know if anyone watching this video has ever played Gotcha Force. It's a pretty obscure Capcom GameCube game where you have like little robots that battle. I played it so much as a kid, and this thing reminds me so much of one of those like little monsters in that game, so definitely a huge fan of that. With that out of the way, enough rambling, let's jump into some games. Okay, so our first game is against Mono Ice, which obviously in theory is very much a winning matchup. In practice, it can be hard enough. It's far from impossible, but it's not a guaranteed win either. They open with Ninetales. This is good because I can override their hail here with my Sun and click Flamethrower and just claim an early enough KO. They could go into Kyurem. I really value Iron Moth in this game, especially because I think it might outspeed Titan unless it's max speed. It's definitely Slush Rush. Nice. So they fail to get their Veil up here and we KO their Ninetales early. That's actually great because now they can't Slush Rush me. And they don't get their defense boost from snow, so fantastic turn one from me. Now Kyurem's still tough. Kyurem is still tough enough for my team. Victini obviously explodes anything whenever it comes in. This means I outspeed the Zalt as well. So Titan. I mean, unless you're thick fat, I don't think you live this. I know it has like a ton of HP, but this is sun boosted. Megazord Y, very strong. Probably Icicle Crash coming out here. Maybe U-turn? Don't flinch. That's Bandit? That's quite strong for a neutral hit. I guess Zard doesn't have the best defense. Yeah, I'm just going to keep flamethrowing here over and over again. Eventually force them into Kyurem. If they're Scarf, they can't Earth Power me. They can't Draco me either. Yeah, I'll just flame here. That did so much damage. Freeze Ray comes out, yeah, I take in my Victini, click V-Create, and then obviously anything can take care of Avalugg. So that was definitely a very fortunate first game to find Ice, but I can't imagine they'll be that lucky next time. Okay, so here we have a game against Mono Ground, which is a really, really tough matchup. They have a lot of strong threats on the team. Crocodile is probably Scarf, and Excadrill at all is very annoying for me, so I have to preserve my Zard to try and override their sand as much as possible. Of course, if Landorus is gravity as well, I might just lose immediately. They open up with Hippowdon. I kind of just want to recreate here. I don't think it kills. Hippowdon's extremely physically bulky, but it should 2 at KO basically anything on the team. Nice. I outspeed? Yeah, I outspeed. Taking care of Muzdale is pretty good. I'm happy enough with that. Now, exactly, it does open up Crook. They're probably Knock, if I was to guess. I'll go Zard here. It's a big risk if they Stone Edge. I lose. Nice. I have to Mega to get that. Actually, do I even get a defense boost at all? Okay. It's risky, but I kind of want to Flame here and KO this. I'm faster than Hippo, so I can easily roost in this thing's face. Don't Earthquake. If they Earthquake, fantastic play. Cool. I guess that's fine with me. I'm going to Flame here. I'll just try and get this thing as low as possible. Toxic's annoying. But I guess I don't need Zard healthy outside of just getting the Sun up to outspeed Excadrill later in the game. I'll go v.II here. I think it's served its purpose. I'm just going to Banded V-Create here again. Probably does like 60. In Sun it might even kill. 77 is so strong, so that is Spadef Hippo easily. Okay. This is going okay for me. I want to defog here actually. That means I can take in my Zard for kind of free later on. If I defog as well, it makes them very susceptible to Steam Eruption. You come in. I'll just Steam Eruption here. Yeah, we don't live in Earth Power. I didn't think we did. Does this thing like outspeed my entire team as well? We'll go Iron Moth. It's going to die to Earth Power. Just 60, which is pretty good. So my logic here is I want to try put this in range of Ceruledge's Shadow Sneak, but even then I don't know if it does. Does Volk live one? I think Volk lives one. We'll Quiver Dance. Maybe I should have done this earlier, actually. I kind of want a Giga Drain, but I kind of also think that's a threat. It's Scarf. Okay. I can't honestly say I was expecting that. So obviously Hippo comes in. This is where things get difficult. I'm like forced to Giga Drain here. If I Quiver Danced again in the face of Landorus, I think I might have won. But yeah, this thing comes in and wins, right? They should Rock Slide. They could Earthquake, I suppose. Oh, actually no, because we can override the Sun. Okay, this is potentially winnable. It's difficult, but potentially winnable. Because we still have Ceruledge healthy enough to endure. Rapid Spin. Burn, 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 burn. Ah, no burn. Ah, okay. They outplayed me. That Rapid Spin was a fantastic play. Yeah, they outspeed here. I go into this. I guess I just hope they Rapid Spin me here. Wait, they couldn't Rapid Spin anyway. They Corkscrew Crash. Obviously, I live this. I get the speed boost. Now they Scale Shot. They don't think they ever Earthquake because they activate my weakness policy. I guess I'll Bitter Blade. Hope I live. They sub. Yeah, they win, right? Because they just Earthquake here. Sub's a good play. Sub's a very good play. Maybe if I close combated, I think they still had HP enough to sub anyway. It's a tough, tough matchup. I'm pretty happy how I played, but I think maybe I could have played a bit better in the mid game there. Either way, we learn from these mistakes, so let's pause there and look for another game. Alrighty, here we have some Mono Steel. Definitely a winnable matchup, not a guaranteed win. Empoleon and Heatran can do really good against my team if they play it well. I'm going to open up with my v.II here. They open up Empoleon. I guess I'll Ball Strike. Like, getting damage at all on Empoleon and Heatran is very good for my team. And KOing it is even better. I personally don't think the crit mattered. We are banded. Banded is extremely strong. So that is one big threat taken care of. Of course, they go into Ferrothorn. That makes sense. I'll go Zard here. Yeah, at least she's annoying. Not the end of the world for me. Yeah, Volcanion. Volcanion kind of scares out Heatran. I'm going to Flamethrower here. They probably protect a Scout for that. Or they just give me the Ferrothorn. Don't know if that was the play. And they end up forfeiting. Okay, yeah, we'll take those. Once I get rid of Heatran, the game is over anyway. I could just click Fiery Dance and Iron Moth and pretty much carry myself to victory. Alright, we have a game here against Mono Bug, and the team looks somewhat familiar. I had to check if it's my team. I think it might be. Definitely the same order of Pokemon, and I don't see a lot of people use Fortress, so it's very possible it is. Now, I could be wrong. And that said, this is actually not necessarily a winnable matchup for me because Cleaver is just so unbelievably good against my team. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to open Victini here. They open up with Fortress. What am I? Thunderwave, Volt Switch. Now, what are the EVs on Swolfer? I can explain after the game. I don't want to get T-waved, so I feel like a U-turn here. They might get their spikes up, and if they do, I suppose that's okay. I don't mind Volcanion so much being T-waved. Yeah, they get their spikes up with Flame here. Volcanion should be bulky enough to live one from Cleaver. If they want to go into that here. But then I have to play with... They got Araquanid. Toxic, right? Infestation, Sticky Web, Mirror Coat. Okay, yeah, let's defog. Get that spike away from me. They infest me here. I'll Flamethrower because they're going to try and Mirror Coat me here. It's not going to do... it does a bit. This is really bad for me. This is really bad for me. Why did I make such an annoying team? I'll defog constantly. I think I've... do I value this alive at all? I don't know. Okay. Let's go Victini here. They infest me, and I can Bolt Strike here and absolutely obliterate this. Nice. Crit didn't matter. This is banded. Cleaver comes in. This matters. This thing just wins right now, I think. I don't think I can actually beat Cleaver. I think it's just that good against my team. Now, I can hopefully bait in the Stone Axe here and go for a reverse Bitterblade sweep. Nice. This is winnable. Because I'm pretty sure Bitterblade kills this. Yeah, I don't die to Bullet Punch. I think I kill Buzzwole. I know it's bulky Buzzwole, but I still think I kill it. Nice. And I outspeed kill Cleaver, and Caesar does not matter. I don't think he can kill me with Bullet Puncher anyway. That's kind of the only reverse I had against this team. GG. So for those who are wondering, the Buzz EVs, you might have seen this in my Mono Bug video the other day. HP is for Living Nightshade and Seismic in sub. Attack is to get Beast Boost on attack after a KO. Spadef is to live one Scald from packs in sub. Guaranteed. And speed is to outspeed most common Heatrans and Nidoking, etc. under webs. And then just for bulk. So I just pumped the rest into defense anyway. So that is this EV. I love that even in the Mono Fire video, the Forbidden Buzzwole set still haunts me, still comes back and asks me questions. So, GG for my opponent. Cool that I saw my team on ladder again, and let's pause and look for another game. I guess I was getting off too easy with only one Mono Ground matchup. Of course, we have Mono Water. Not unwinnable, but not good either. I'm going to open up with Victini. Okay, they open a Pelipper. I really want to Ball Strike here, but if they go into Swampert, I just lose, so I'm going to U-turn. Nah, I should have Ball Striked. They're going to U-turn here. I guess I'll go into my Ceruledge just to try and get the speed boost, just to say like, hey, wherever you go into, I am potentially faster. So that's kind of a nice situation to be in. They probably Aqua Jet here. I'm gonna close combat just in case. Oh, there's Sash. Okay. I obviously died to that. Like, there's no questions asked. Are they Jet? They're probably Jet last move. I'll get my Sun up anyway. I live the Jet easily. Part of me didn't want to get Sun up. Part of me just wanted to stay regular so I can override the Sun and Pelipper afterwards. But it was definitely a bad play. Let's go Volk here. Volcarona, not Volcanion. Volcanion, not Volcarona, all the way around. Kind of confusing when you have two Volks on the team. Kingdra, you might Draco me. If you Draco me, it's bad. I guess I keep my Iron Moth to try and discharge the Pelipper in a bit. Volcarona's pretty good. I guess Volcarona is like the least good mon on my team. I have to set up too much before it can be useful. What? I'm confused. Why did they forfeit? They still won. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. I'm just very confused is all, but hey, sure. Alright, here we have some Mono Dark. I honestly think this is a pretty tough matchup for Fire. They have like Tyranitar, Hydreigon, Samurott. Sometimes they even run like Roaring Moon. They're just really scary Pokemon for Fire to deal with. Now, it's not an impossible win, but it's not easy either. I kind of open up Victini here and try U-turn early in the game. Actually, Crocodile's really threat too. Honestly, Dark's a hard matchup for Fire. They also have like Goltrace if they wanted to go down that route, like Screens, Goltrace, and I think Fire hates fighting Screens because Fire's whole thing is like, I'm really strong, I hit hard, and if Screens can counteract that, it's just not very nice for the type. Either way, we open Victini here, which is otherwise not a fantastic Pokemon on the team this game, but Banded U-turn is still going to hit pretty hard. I'm faster by 4 points, so I'll U-turn here. Nice. These Specs. They probably like Specs Dark Pulse. Iron Moth is the weakest member, by far. Yeah, Specs Dark Pulse. I don't even know if I can kill with Fiery Dance. And unfortunately, I kind of freely invites Tyranitar in. Yikes. That's kind of what I feared, alright. Now, I am faster on Zard, so I'll take that in. I'm going to Flame here, but I'm not going to Mega Evolve. And the reason I'm not Mega Evolving just yet is I want to try and override T-Tar Sand. So if T-Tar comes in right now, I can Mega Evolve, override its Sand, and hit it with a Solar Beam. Which won't kill because T-Tar is pretty bulky, but it will definitely do a lot of damage. Now this is Mega. My entire idea is moot. So I override this, don't Mega. Ah! No! They get a free Dragon Dance. No! Okay. They missed that. That's kind of big. I'm sad though, because I thought I was being like really clever with that play, and it ended up backfiring on me. Do I just lose here? I think I just lose here. I can go this. I can Solar Beam again, but it's not going to do much because they kill me here. I have to rely on Cerulege. Come on, hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Nice. Because we can CC here. That kills. They go into Bisharp. Right, or maybe they go Samurott. They go Samurott. You're gonna Aqua Jet, right? Yeah, let's go Volk. Nice. Unfortunately, I really don't have much against this. I can Flamethrower just because it's Sun boosted, and it hits the Bisharp super effectively, which is pretty good. Actually, Crocodile might just win. Yeah, does Crocodile just win here? Okay, it doesn't seem to be Moxie Scarf anyway. There are rocks. Burn? No burn. Let's defog this away anyway. This is a tough end game. I have to keep this healthy. Because otherwise I think I'll lose to Samurott. I can try Endure. Yum 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 yum. Will Bitterblade get, I think, 1 HP back? It's fine. It was what it is. Samurai comes in. Let's Endure. It's like a semi-protect here. They jet. I want to go Volcanion and hope they're like Banded. I guess Earth Power's the play. I could have flamed. Spadef drop is good if I sack Ceruledge here to the knock. Go Volcarona. Click Fiery Dance. We live. We outspeed Samurott. And I think Giga Drain kills. It doesn't kill. No. Can it burn though? Please burn Ceaseless Edge. Please burn. That was like the one time I really, really needed a burn. Because this is Scarf or Banded. I'm not sure. Either way, I think Ceaseless Edge. Yes. Oh my god, that miss was huge. GG, that miss was huge. I think I played well. I think I played well keeping the Volcanion because I identified this as Banded. If it's Banded, that definitely killed, right? That's so funny though. I hate Samurott. Well, Samurott's cool, but I hate Ceaseless Edge. It's such a broken move. It's probably one of the best moves in the game, I think, at the moment. So, you know what? No sympathy for that missing. Alright, here we have some Mono Fighting. Mono Fighting is kind of a weird matchup. I think in theory it's very winnable for Fire because Fighting does not like something out aggression in it, like Fire can do. But I think in practice it loses just because it has Urshifu, Tauros, in this case Aqua. Both Blaze and Aqua are very annoying for Fighting. And of course Komodo absolutely destroys this team. Now I have no idea why I'm seeing Hitmonchan, but I have nothing but respect for it. I'm a big Hitmonchan fan. I've actually always liked the Hitmons since Generation 1, so could be like an Assault Vest Rapid Spinner, maybe? That's what I was top for before, so it's possible. I'm not sure. I guess we're going to find out. Either way, this is going to be a tough game. I'll lead Victini here, yeah, in case they want to lead Komodo. I'm just going to hit them with a Banded Zen Headbutt. I don't think it's enough to KO. No, just short. Ah, the flinch. Excellent, 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 excellent. It did put it in range of Iron Moth Psychic, though. And I guess Iron Moth Psychic's kind of really important in this game. I'm not sure if you KO me. With Jet, you absolutely don't. The 1% miss really sucks. Into a crit. I kill though, which is pretty good. Urshifu Rapid Strike. Let's go you. Let's go Scout what you are. Aqua Jet. You could be Banded. I'm going to Steam Eruption here, just because their team does not appreciate a burn. And the fact they swapped out against me kind of screams, hey, by the way, I'm Banded. We'll sack Victini here. I think it's undeniable that it's done its job. Iron Moth outspeeds you. We can click Psychic. You die. Urshifu can come in, but it takes a decent chunk. Hitmonchan. You definitely live. I got a sneaking suspicion you're Assault Vest. Focus Punch. What? That's cool though. I'll click Fiery here. They might just Mach Punch kill me, but okay. Rapid Strike comes in. This is fine. I'm going to Giga Drain here. They probably Jet, maybe like close combat. Yeah, they close combat, but you are burnt. Fantastic. You're also, I'm pretty sure, Banded. Either way, we don't live Surging Strikes. But I think you're Banded. I think otherwise you would have clicked close combat against Volcanion. Decent damage, decent damage. Yeah, and what we're going to do is here, if they go Urshifu, we endure Surging Strikes. They go Valiant. That's a really cool Valiant sprite, actually. That's an excellent Valiant sprite. What do you do? Oh, Bitterblade. Yeah, we live this convincingly. And we're actually faster now, too. I think we're faster, right? Unless they're Scarf. If they're Scarf, they're not going to kill me anyway. This KOs. They take in Urshi. I think I just win here. Okay, they're Scarfed. Doesn't matter. I absolutely outspeed Urshi here. They can't click anything, really. They can't click Close Combat. I'm immune. They can't click Aqua Jet or Surging Strikes because Volcanion's immune. So they like Ice Spinner or like Thunder Punch. Let's endure. Aqua Jet. Okay, of course, yeah, it's going to obviously activate everything I have. You know what? Thunder Punch always kind of annoyed me as a move. Just because, you know, Fire Punch is a fire move, Ice Punch is an ice move, and then Thunder Punch is an electric move. I know Electric Punch sounds kind of stupid, but I don't know. I kind of ruining the naming convention. I always thought that when I was younger. Either way, with Shadow Sneak here, just a bit of chip. And it actually ends up KOing thanks to Burn. Nice. GG. Played that one pretty well. I think the flinch on Komodo turn 1 was definitely big. I don't necessarily think it was like the pivotal game change because we did miss with Zen Headbutt here. The 1% miss chance, which is kind of annoying. But obviously it can happen. Let's look for another game. Alrighty, here we have some Mono Flying, which I'd argue is also a pretty tough matchup for Fire. I think Fire has a lot of tough matchups. I think it's just bad this generation, if I'm being completely honest. Now, Victini's pretty nice here. Dragonite is just such a huge threat. I kind of want to open a Victini. I'm going to recreate, yeah. I just want to explode Gliscor. That didn't die. That's crazy. Are you max speed Gliscor? Let's hope not. I'm going to recreate again. Regrettably, I'll recreate again. Zard comes in. 77's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that damage. Let's go Volcanion here. We should live pretty much anything this throws my way. Air Slash. I spoke too soon. That did a lot. We'll Flame here anyway. Now, losing Mega Zard Y for them is not the worst loss, just because it did kind of indirectly help my team as well. I'm kind of afraid this thing nasty plotting, so yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and go into Victini and recreate again. Something dies. Well, not Dragonite, I guess. Dragonite convincingly lives, but it's going to do a lot. You die. Okay, you get in your Dragonite here. I kind of just want to recreate against it anyway. I know it might be a bad play because they get a free Dragon Dance here. They Outrage. Okay. What do I do with this information? I think I roll for a Volcanion burn, a Volcarona burn. Or we break its multi-scale here. Is this banded? Nice. Okay. That's a pretty good turn because I think Ceruledge can win here. Iron Moth is not bad once they get rid of Gliscor. But how do I get rid of Gliscor? Is the question. Actually, I need to get a Thundurus as well. This is tough enough with Bitter Blade here. Doesn't do a whole lot. They Outrage. Wow, that did a lot. I Bitter Blade again. Okay. That's not bad for me. Now, of course, they can go Manta and they go this again. Why this? I'll Bitter Blade. If I can put this in range of Iron Moth, it's pretty good for me. This is a really tough endgame because I'm pretty sure Mantine walls me kind of completely. +1. Okay. Yeah, no, Mantine walls me, right? I can't even discharge. Maybe I can like swap around a bunch. Will Roost. They could Toxic here. Roost, the Toxic. Let's go back into Moth. So they can't Toxic Moth. They could Scald it. I should live in the sun. Nicely. I'm going to discharge. If they give this to me, I win. If they swap into Thundurus, that didn't do that much damage. That was surprisingly weak. So we'll go Zard here. No, because they just swap into Thundurus and win here, right? They stay in. Maybe with some like Para Hacks in the sun. This is winnable. I'll Roost. No, because I have to like go in Moth this turn. They Scald. Okay, I'll lose, I think. I feel like I have to rely on some like really good Fiery Dance hacks. We'll Solar Beam here just to keep this thing kind of low. If this gets full power this turn. Come on, full power, full power, full power. No, they roosted. Okay, it's over. It's over for me. I can flame. They full para. Okay, we get an Iron Moth. We Fiery Dance. They have to full power. I have to get a boost. I think twice. Yeah. It was very unlikely. So I needed a boost here at full power this turn. Hit it again. They get full powered again. And then I hit the Thunderous and win. Very, very unlikely end game. I think that was my only out there with Mantine. Either way, let's pause there and look for another game. Alright, so we finally found a game against Mono Steel. So a lot of people ask me why I don't like record in between the videos. And the reason I don't is because it takes a long time to find games sometimes this hour, or sometimes the hour I record, or how high I am in the ladder, it takes a long time. So I'm just sitting here watching some Summoning Salt Mario Kart 64 videos while looking for games in between. Thank you. Much appreciated. I've been getting so much love on the ladder or like in the comments and stuff lately, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much to everyone who's been so kind as to take time out of the day to say nice things about the content. It really makes it so much more rewarding to do. Either way, this team, it looks very winnable, though Heatran and Iron Treads are kind of difficult. I want to open up Volcanion here. They open up Treads. I'm okay just Steam Eruption in turn 1. Getting rid of Treads is big for me. Okay, they Volt Switch, that's fine. Something's about to eat a Steam Eruption regardless. Ferrothorn comes in. It makes sense. It's kind of the most expendable member on their team, I think. I'll Flame. I'm okay double flaming. I'd rather Heatran get a boost than let the thing get off rocks or like spikes or anything. Or even knock me off. Okay, that's pretty good. Treads is kind of annoying actually. Because if they're Earthquake, well they are Earthquake. If they're Scarf Treads, it's winnable because Iron Moth does outspeed. Yeah, Treads comes in again. I guess I don't really need to save Volcanion in this game, so I'll just Steam Eruption again. Hope they go into like Heatran, Goldengo. Yes. Okay, I've won. That crit's unfortunate for them. I'm not gonna lie. But I wonder if there's a kill anyway. I mean, this is max special attack, modest with Steam Eruption stab. Like, it's strong. That's fantastic for me though, because now, yeah, they go Iron Treads. I'm gonna go Charizard this time. I think the Earthquake. Nice read. Let's just click Flamethrower. They could Volt Switch. Something dies if they do. It also tells me they're not Scarf. Okay, they're not Scarf, which means my Iron Moth should just win the game here. Skarmory comes in. That's probably the last thing I would have given, because their Sturdy could have saved them from a sweep here. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup for Steel, and the fact I got Heatran, the crit on Heatran, it sealed the deal for me. I guess even without Scarf, Treads outspeeds. Oh, sorry, Tread is slower than Moth. I don't think they can do much. Maybe they're like Scarf Goldengo. Actually, they must be Scarf Goldengo, right? Unless they're Scarf Heatran. Otherwise, it's quite a slow Steel team. You could be Scarf. I don't care if you are. You are Scarf. I Flame here. I guess I keep Zard alive. I guess. They're going to Volt Switch here. Let's go Victini. The Ice Spin. Okay. I guess the only realm of possibility here where I could lose if they Rapid Spin and got enough speed boost out to kill me, but they're forced to KO me here. Ice Spinner. I don't want to get cocky here. I guess I'll go Volcarona and Fiery Dance. I should live an Earthquake. This should KO. No, that's what I was kind of worried about. This thing is surprisingly bulky. Let's sack Volcanion. I do have a reason for sacking Volcanion here. It seems like a strange play, but I want to get my Moth out right now and just click Fiery Dance for game. Who's stronger? Yes, Volcarona is stronger than Iron Moth, and I had a feeling Fiery Dance doesn't actually KO Iron Treads from full, which is why I took in the Volcarona first to get a bit of chip. Now, I think equally, Ceruledge could have done that too. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I outspeed you even in the weird possibility your Scarf Bullet Punch does not KO, and Fiery Dance OHKOs. If you are like weird Sash or something, I outspeed and Shadow Sneak anyway. GG. Definitely a hard matchup for my opponent, and I think the crit did matter on Heatran. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say like that crit wasn't lucky, but either way, pretty nice end game. And Treads gave me a run for my money. That thing was scary. Alright, nice. We have a game here against Mono Psychic, which it's a fun matchup to fight. It's also a tough one. I'll open v.II here as they open up their own v.II. I think they're Z-Celebrate. So I'm going to Ball Strike. They are banded, just like me. I'm pretty sure this lives. And I outspeed afterwards. Now, it's kind of a big Pokemon to give them early. Oh, they swap. Good play. I guess they didn't want the speed tie. That makes sense to me. I'll sneak once. Now, if they're specs, this KOs. They are specs, but that lets me set up my Volk here. Not for free, like Draco's still gonna hurt. But I think I can honestly get 2 off here. I guess Psyshock Zam kills afterwards though, right? Gallade comes in. That makes sense. We'll Fiery here, though I died to, I think, yeah, Mega. Or maybe not. We just about live. I will Giga Drain. A small bit of HP back. Any bit of HP here could help me live Latias. Though I'm pretty sure it's specs. I guess Lele will come in. Zam comes in. I'll Giga Drain just to get some HP back. Crit's nice there, but if they Psyshock, I think I die. Toxic. Interesting. Well, Fiery. Get an extra stage in speed. Now, I think they're kind of forced to click Psyshock here on Lele. And if they're specs, I outspeed. If they're Scarf, I should live on both Volcanion and Zard. Even maybe v.II. Are you Scarfer? Yeah, you're specs, right? I wish I was Buzz in this game specifically, but either way, it's doing a lot of work. So they can't go Jirachi for free. You're surely Scarf Lele, right? Scarf Psyshock? Because that KOs here. The game special, please. I think I lost the game. I'm not sure if that's what lost you the game. Like, it's definitely tough for you, but I still had, like, Scarf Treads to do the exact same thing in the back. We'll HP Ground kill this. I don't know why they're not going to Scarf Lele, unless they're not Scarf Lele. Are they Scarf Jirachi? Like, one of you's got to be a Scarf, otherwise you're just a Scarfless team. That's banded based on the damage it did to me. Jirachi. Are they trying to go for, like, a Lele endgame or something? Are you just not Scarf? I guess we'll Scout here. We'll go v.II. Because either they're Scarf, they outspeed and kill me, and then I revenge kill with something else. And if they're not, V-Crate kills her. Yeah, they're Scarf. I don't know why they didn't go earlier. Only 5 6 Pokemon gone to 1. It's fine. GG. Okay. I mean, I just don't know why they didn't go Scarf earlier and try KO the Volcarona with like Psyshock, because it was absolutely tearing through their team and outsped everything. Either way, I guess we'll take those and pause right there. So that is going to be it from Mono Fire for today. I'm pretty happy how I played overall. 168 on the ladder is okay, 1525. It makes me sound disingenuous when saying like, oh, it's only okay, I'm only top 200 on the ladder. But just compared to my other performances, I know the type, I think I didn't play it the best maybe. It wasn't the best team, but I also think the type is not the best overall. Still a fun type to use. I think the team was really fun. I really enjoyed Choice Scarf. Iron Moth, probably my favorite Pokemon on the team to use today. So if you did enjoy, let me know in the comments down below. I really do appreciate it. Any kind of likes, comments, subscriptions, all that kind of stuff helps me out so much as a small creator. I just hit the 4,000 hour watch time mark this year for my channel, which means I am on the way to becoming a verified account or partner on YouTube, which is fantastic. I just need to hit 1,000 subs, which probably will come organically over time, but if you made it this far and you haven't subbed, definitely click that sub button. I appreciate it so much. Helps me out so much as a small creator. With that out of the way, take care everyone. I'll catch you next time and have a good day.